Greetings. I am Tom Gambaro, the manager of Biopropulsion LLC, an Oregon company that has been engaged in development of the Clean Air Now project to reduce emissions from automobiles. Our headquarters are at 17th and Southwest Yamhill in Portland, within the Chapman Apartments near Providence Park and the TriMet Max stations. During the period of time between April 29th and May 20th, 2017, TriMet was engaged in renovations to a section of Max tracks, and normal Max schedules were interrupted. TriMet set up a temporary Max shuttle system to transport Max passengers around the track renovations, and conventional diesel buses were used to accomplish this objective. This section of video is a view from Biopropulsion headquarters, and the TriMet diesel vehicle traffic literally arrived and departed from our front door at the Chapman Apartments. The situation was compounded by the fact that TriMet was throughout the Max track renovations in violation of ORS 825.605 that limits commercial vehicles to idle their engines for more than 5 minutes in a 1-hour period. Ironically, the Biopropulsion Clean Air Now project is working to accomplish the opposite of what TriMet demonstrated between April 29th and May 20th. Here's a brief demonstration of the Clean Air Now trade secret technology in action, with standard DEQ test equipment monitoring the results.
Hi, my name's Travis. I'm doing an air quality check. Work for Ken Van Dam's Automotive in Portland.
With the Clean Air Now technology, hydrocarbons are within the 60 to 70 range, CO2 is 3 to 4%, and carbon monoxide is 0.07%. Without the Clean Air Now technology, hydrocarbons are in the 200 plus range, CO2 falls in the 12+% range, and carbon monoxide is in the 0.3% range. The revised schedule operated from 3:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. the next evening, and there was a considerable amount of additional noise from the diesel buses that interrupted normal lives for the Chapman residents. There was a secondary problem that was developing as well, that is a byproduct of diesel engine technology. Diesel engines run at a higher operating temperature compared to gasoline vehicle engines. As a result, there is a considerable amount of NOx gas emitted that adversely affected Chapman residents during the renovations. TriMet supervisors were approached on numerous occasions with requests to turn off the diesel engines while parked for extended periods of time during the Max shuttle schedules. This request was met with an indifferent attitude, and the reply is, "We will pass that along." On one instance, the TriMet supervisor told the Chapman resident to, quote, "go back to your apartment," unquote. 93 TriMet drivers were observed closely over a 4-day period, and only 5 drivers out of all of these observed and timed complied with ORS 825.605. There were periods when up to 6 violations of the Oregon statute occurred within a single hour. Biopropulsion LLC is currently approved to raise $100,000 through convertible debt security rules covered in detail at www.gridshare.com. Biopropulsion LLC is proposing herein and offering to TriMet an opportunity to fund the Clean Air Now project as an atonement for the careless and frequent violations of ORS 825.605 during renovations. This may bring with it favorable public relations for TriMet by funding the Clean Air Now project to offset the contamination to the atmosphere of Portland by TriMet during renovations. The Chapman Apartments is shown from a Google Map view, and the two white X marks are the locations of the diesel exhaust pipes that dump NOx gas for up to 20 hours a day. The NOx gas reflected off the three-story walls of the Oregonian building and was funneled directly to the front door of the Chapman Apartments. Current estimates show TriMet buses emitted as much as 1 gram of toxic NOx gas per minute, with as many as 2 or 3 buses in front of the Chapman Apartments for up to 20 hours a day. The EPA has set the limit for NOx gas emissions in a city to 100 parts per billion, and during extended exposures 53 parts per billion. TriMet exceeded the EPA recommended safe limits for NOx gas emissions by a factor of over 10,000 times. Injuries to Chapman tenants range from inflammatory reactions causing severe bronchial tube pain, asthma, burning eyes, dizziness, sweating, and nausea. In one instance, a Chapman resident was rendered unconscious, fainted, and sustained bruises from NOx gas poisoning. The thing about NOx gas is that under the right circumstances, it will convert to nitric acid in the air, and this is why it's so dangerous. If TriMet refuses to make atonement for their careless violations of ORS 825.605, then this may be considered the timely notice for a tort claim that may mature into a full-blown legal action against TriMet for damages far in excess to what is currently proposed as a remedy to TriMet. The tenants of the Chapman and their related medical issues may become a matter of public record. A copy of this presentation will be forwarded to Senator Merkley, Senator Wyden, and Congressman Earl Blumenauer. Biopropulsion LLC is expecting a timely reply from TriMet within 30 days of receipt of this video presentation.